It is my distinct honor to welcome you all to today's insightful webinar on AI-driven productivity, which is harnessing GenAI for competitive and sustainable advantage. We are delighted to have an esteemed gathering of thought leaders, business professionals, and innovators from various industries with us today. As we navigate an era of rapid technological advancement, artificial intelligence, particularly GenAI, has emerged as a transformative force in business world. Across the group, AI is reshaping operations, enhancing customer experiences, and redefining business strategies. In Singapore, a hub of innovation and technology, the opportunities presented by AI are immense. GenAI, with its capabilities to create new content, enhance decision-making, and automate complex tasks, is key to unlocking competitive advantages for businesses. By integrating GenAI into daily operations, organizations can boost productivity, streamline workflows, and make more informed decisions, thereby thriving in a highly competitive landscape. Moreover, the potential of GenAI extends beyond immediate business gains. As we look to the future, we recognize the importance of fostering sustainable advantage. So GenAI empower business to be more efficient and innovative while adopting practices that contribute to long-term growth and resilience. So whether it's through sustainable resource management, waste reduction, or enhanced collaboration across industries, AI can help businesses in Singapore and beyond remain competitive while building a future that values sustainability. So today's webinar will illuminate how GenAI is enabling businesses to not only survive but thrive in an increasingly complex and dynamic environment. So we will explore practical applications, success stories, and strategies to harness the power of AI for greater impact. We are honored to have a lineup of speakers who will share their expertise, insights, and visions on how AI can be a game changer for your businesses. So we encourage you to actively engage throughout the session, ask questions, and fully leverage the knowledge being shared. So thank you once again for joining us. I hope you find today's discussions both inspiring and valuable as you navigate the opportunities and challenges of AI-driven productivity. So let us dive in and explore how we can leverage GenAI for competitive and sustainable advantage. Thank you. So now I pass my time to the first speaker, Mr. Chi.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Chi. I'd like to start by taking you on a simple history lesson over the development timeline of the artificial intelligence. Now, Arthur Clarke famously said that in any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, and perhaps the first time that you played with generative AI, it did evoke some sense of magic. Suddenly, for the first time in our history, we have a technology that can speak our languages, understand our requests, and produce entirely novel output. AI can write poetry, draw out otherworldly images, it can write codes, it can surprise and delight us with original joke or music composition. It can create an act of creation that often inspires wonder. But AI is not magic, it's math and science. And it wasn't sudden. These experiences have been in decades in the making. AI is going to touch every aspect of our lives. It will change the world, but how it will change the world is up to us, all of us. So we'll discuss how we got there. So let's start from the beginning. Okay, let me get the laser pointer up. Okay, so people have been speculating about the possibility of that machines could someday think since the late 1800s, so more than 100 years ago. But the idea really took root with Alan Turing's seminal paper in 1950. Historians called Turing the father of AI. So that's in 1950. He theorized that we could create computers that could play chess, and that happened, all right, in 1997, that would surpass human players, and we could make them proficient in natural languages, right? And that happens when we had things like the chatbot and the Siri. If Turing's 1950 paper was a spark, just 6 years later, we had the Big Bang, the Dartmouth workshop. A couple of young academics got together with a couple of senior scientists from Bell Labs and IBM and proposed an extended summer workshop with just a handful of top people in adjacent fields to intensively consider artificial intelligence. And this is how artificial intelligence was coined, and it marks the beginning of the AI as a field of research. So that's in 1956. The term artificial intelligence was coined. And incidentally, for perspective, in 1956, it is the same year that the invention of the transistor won the Nobel Prize. Now, after about 70 years, we can have 100 billion transistors on the GPU and banks of interconnected GPUs to provide compute power to create and execute generative AI functions. All these years, the AI theories, techniques, and ideas have been developed in parallel and with progress in hardware, and the result in dramatic reductions in compute and storage costs, all converging to now to make the generative AI real and practical. But I want to make a critical point. It is not about powerful hardware and clever algorithms. The third and maybe the most important ingredient, particularly when it comes to our business, your business, is data. You can't talk about generative AI without talking about data. It's the third leg of the AI tool. So you hear about large language models that are powering generative AI. So what are they? At a basic level, they are a new way of representing language in a high-dimensional space with a large number of parameters, a representation that you create by training massive quantities of data. Now, with large language models, we are talking about lots and lots of data, representing in neural networks and simulate an abstract version of brain cells, layers and layers of connections with tens of billions or hundreds of billions or even trillions of parameters. And suddenly, you can start to do some fascinating things. You can discover patterns that are so detailed that you can predict relationships with a lot of confidence. You can predict that this word is most likely to connect it to the next word. These two words are most likely followed by a specific third word, building up, reassessing, and predicting again and again until something new is written or something new is created and generated. That's what generative AI is, the ability to look at data and discover relationships to create or generate something that didn't exist before. Text, images, sounds, whatever data that can be represented in the model. So, with all the advances that achieved in the last few years, the ambition of the 1950s has come a full circle. Now, when you think back to the first time you heard about generative AI, it's a phrase that really became part of public conversation maybe in November or December 2022. We have seen new models, evolved models, an explosion of open models. Later, my colleague Joe will be sharing more of these models with you. Generative AI has gone from being a fascinating novelty to a new business narrative. In less than a year and every day, there is a new use case or application. There's such a rapid growth that we can't predict exactly where we'll be 10 years from now or even 10 months from now. But we do know that you want to be actively engaged in shaping that journey. The future of AI is not one or two amazing models to do everything for everyone. It's multimodal. It needs to be democratized, leveraging the energy and transparency of open science and open AI, open source AI, so that we can all have a voice in what AI is, what it does, how it is going to be used, and how it will impact us. So where you get to decide what AI can do and how it will integrate with your business. So it's time to make plans on how you can effectively, safely, and responsibly put AI to work. So we're going to share with you some impacts and some a bit more technical knowledge so that you can take this home and make plans for your own business. So how can we harness Gen AI for competitive and sustainable advantages in various areas? So there are many areas in general: finance, marketing, manufacturing, education, and entertainment. So for today, we will spend a bit of time on the first three: finance, marketing, and manufacturing. So here you can see some of the key use cases with generative AI in the financial industry. First and foremost is fraud detection and prevention. In a world the global financial industry faces billions of dollars in losses due to fraud every year. According to a report by the Juniper Research, online payment fraud losses are expected to exceed $340 billion globally between 2023 and 2027. Generative AI in financial services plays a pivotal role in combating this issue by analyzing vast data sets and detecting fraudulent activities in real time. The second important use case will be how companies can navigate the future with generative AI using step-by-step guide for business implementation. Market research indicates that financial institutions are increasingly investing in AI technology. According to the PwC report, AI could contribute up to $1.2 trillion in additional value to the global financial services by 2030. To successfully implement generative AI business applications, businesses need to develop a clear strategy that aligns with their long-term goals. Next in line will be the enhanced customer support services to provide 24/7 availability and instant responses. In a world where customer expectations are higher than ever, 24/7 availability is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Research by Salesforce shows that 64% of customers expect real-time responses from companies. Generative AI services enable financial institutions to meet these expectations by providing continuous support. Personalized finance advice and solutions become very important in customer investment strategies. The demand for personalized financial services is growing rapidly. According to Deloitte, 80% of wealth management clients expect personalized services from their advisors. Generative AI in financial services enables institutions to meet this demand so that they can provide proactive financial guidance, enhance client engagement. Clients also expect real-time portfolio adjustments. The ability to make real-time portfolio adjustments to investment portfolio is very important in this volatile market. According to BlackRock, portfolio optimization through AI can help reduce risk and improve returns. And generative AI services can analyze the market conditions and make adjustments on the fly. And finally, tailored investment strategies. The global investment in management industry is rapidly embracing AI. A survey by Refinitiv found that 56% of investment professionals are already using AI to generate investment ideas. So if you are one of these investment personnel and you're not doing it yet, you are one of the 44%, right, that is lagging behind. Generative AI development companies take this step further by tailoring strategies to individual clients, enabling more personalized and effective financial planning. So, in summary, there are many benefits that can derive from employing generative AI in the financial industry. You can provide the round-the-clock support, you can provide seamless escalation of customer inquiry from the AI to a human intervention, improve operational efficiency and predictive customer insights. And finally, leveraging Gen AI for improved customer service. Now let's look at a local example. This is a Harvard Business School's case study done last year and examines DBS AI strategy and the implementation in its first case study focusing on AI in an Asian bank. As we all know, DBS is one of the top performing banks in Singapore and Asia in the last few years. Now, DBS has scaled the use of AI across all the parts of the bank. So what they've done is to use AI to enhance customer experience and to boost employee productivity. So not only you do your customer, but you also improve your operations by boosting employee productivity. Okay, they use GenAI to generate hyper-personalized nudges to enable customers to make better investment and financial planning decisions, and to provide deeper insights and better to their relationship managers to better engage their customers. And for the employee, they also use it to develop tailored career and upskilling roadmaps for every employee so that they can build long-term careers with the bank. Now, from the CEO, you get that they have been employing AI for over a decade now, and currently they are deploying more than 800 AI models across 350 use cases. And what kind of economic impact have they derived? They have derived more than $1 billion worth of impact, right, in the year 2025. Expected to derive in 2025 more than $1 billion of impact. So with this, they are going to be able to unlock even more potential in the future. Now, in the area of marketing, some of the things that apply to finance industry can also be applied in companies that do marketing. But in specific, we look at some of the things that can happen in the marketing industry. Now, from the US market report, we know that the GenAI marketing market is projected to expand significantly, and the valuation anticipated to soar from 2.6 billion in 2023 to in 10 years to about 41 billion. So in the marketing industry, what can you use? In what area can you use? One of them will be in enhanced personalization. So in marketing, it's very important that the messaging goes down to the individual. So personalization is a very, very important part in marketing. So the next will be the increase efficiency, right? And then adopt real-time changes so that you can improve customer experience. And furthermore, your insights should be data-driven. Now that you have so much data at hand, whether it's from your customer feedback, from your survey, or from some of the comments that are made on social media, these are all the data that can be used to generate insights and many, many more. So currently, top key players in generative AI in marketing will include companies like Adobe, AWS, Google, IBM, and Microsoft. So the areas of marketing AI opportunity can be broken down to the 4 C's, meaning to focus on customization, creativity, connectivity, and cost of cognition. What do I mean by that? In customization, authentic experiences are very important to the user because user likes to be treated specially, right? They would like to have a personal experience, right? So a company like, for example, a case study here will be a Carvana. It's a digital platform used for selling cars. So what they have done is that they've used the GenAI to generate 1.3 million unique AI generated videos. And they call these videos a joyrides. Now, why do they need 1.3 million AI generated videos to do the marketing? Typically, we know, right, we have about 10, 20, or 100, 200 videos. Okay, what they've done is that they have used basic customer data, like the car's model, the year of purchase, and so on, by a particular customer, and enriching it with cultural events, time and place, right, and to generate a customized video for different customers. And you would think that to generate 1.3 million videos in the past would be impossible, right? It would be so costly and impossible. It takes such a long time. But with the event of GenAI, it could take probably less than half a day, right? And that is with your proper data, and you also have proper cloud infrastructure with the ability to process more than 300,000 videos in an hour. Now, what about creativity? You say, oh, some of these videos created are really not of good standard. Now, this is really debatable because it's changed so fast. For example, ChatGPT 4 has surpassed the creativity of elite university in a study, right, that was conducted, already surpassed creativity of elite university students in new product creation, right? And AI generated image became the winner of the Sony World Photography Awards in the creative video photo category. So some of these news would help assure you that the AI has really moved at a very high rate, all right, that your past suspicion and hesitation, you should really relook at them. Now, one of the famous one would be Coca-Cola. You know, Coca-Cola has been very famous for the ads every year-end ads and so on. And they have, in 2024, they've created this ad called the Masterpiece, and they launched an NFT collection based on the digital art form and fetched more than $500,000 in just 72 hours. Now, let's try to see if I could link it to see a video of this Masterpiece. And it shows, let's try. Okay, what you're going to see is the video of this Masterpiece. They call it Masterpiece because they have the Coca-Cola, integrating into these famous arts pieces. Somebody visiting a museum art gallery. You can see using the GenAI to generate a brand new experience. The artist is talking to you. Okay, so if you are keen to see the rest of the video, you could go and just go to YouTube and look for Controller Masterpiece, right? But this is just to illustrate how even huge companies famous for creative videos have begun to use generative AI successfully. The third component of successful marketing with AI opportunity will be connectivity. Connectivity is important. What do I mean connectivity? Is to use GenAI to improve connectivity to your customers. Okay, so over here we have one example called the GenAI campaign for Virgin Voyages. Now Gen here will be stand for Jennifer Lopez, because so you can see. Let's try again to see. Where's my mouse? Okay, got it. All right, let's try, and you can see that Jennifer Lopez is being engaged by this company to connect with their audience better.
Hi, it's me, Jennifer Lopez, Chief Celebration Officer of Virgin Voyages, here to invite you to celebrate. So come.
Celebrate your anniversary, your birthday, or just generally be fabulous.
Really, Carl?
It's good, right?
GenAI is supposed to be inviting people to Virgin Voyages, not doing whatever that was. Just give me that.
As I was saying, why not celebrate on an award-winning voyage with Michelin stars, chef-curated menus, world-class destinations, award-winning...
Right in that shot.
I can't watch this. Give it to me. There's no kids here, that's all you need to know.
No kids!
Can I live there?
GenAI. Invite your crew to voyage. Create your custom invite at VirginVoyages.com.
It's not just a yacht, it's a super yacht!
Okay, so you have seen an example of how Virgin Voyages have used GenAI to improve the connection with the customers. Okay, it became more personalized, and finally the cost of cognition, meaning that by using GenAI, you can totally reduce the cost of intelligence, meaning you can get GenAI to craft a blog post for your company, to analyze qualitative customer feedback, to design new advertisement like we saw before. All right, and the world's largest ad agency, WPP, has shown that they've been able to derive savings of up to 10 to 20 times in advertising budget. Okay, finally, we discuss the other industry, that is manufacturing. In manufacturing, a bit more technical. All right, so they tend to use it for predictive maintenance, product design and prototyping, and supply chain optimization. So as a result of using generative AI, companies are able to get faster in the product development cycle at a reduced cost, right? And through the monitoring process of images and data, they can improve quality, right? And enhance the supply chain. Right. So as a result, they also use. There are many repetitive tasks in the manufacturing industry which can be automated using GenAI. Okay, so I've ended my part. I'm going to hand you over to my colleague Joe Yang, who is going to give you more technical details and more insight. Okay, Joe, please.
Okay, now we give you some time to give comments or provide some questions for Chi Chong Yang. Okay, so let's give about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. You may type in the questions regarding any business use cases or any questions, okay, related to the former speaker. Well, okay, we should move on to our next session, which is my presentations on generative AI transformations for industries. I'm Joe Yang, I'm a manager, I'm a lecturer at Singapore Polytechnics, and I'm lead in the area of our School of Electrical Electronics Engineering Business Developments and Industry Engagements. Okay, without further ado, let's move on to our contents for my sessions. So let's have a look. Okay, I will start off with what is generative AI, because today, as previous former speaker mentioned about, okay, AI is part of our world and part of our life. So how AI affects our day-to-day work tasks and our environments, our business enterprises. So I move on to that. I will be giving you some technical details and knowledge on generative AI, language models, and AI applications, and also we share you more on the how you can build your own, or how you can like get one yourself for trying language models through public domains or through running on your own computers, and also share you about my past GenAI projects on teaching and learning, and also for some industry projects. And I also give you some knowledge on how you can build a chatbot, AI chatbot, using a platform called PartyWorks in my today sessions. Okay, let's get started off with what is generative AI. So today, everybody, during the discussion, you may talk about, like example, DeepSeek, OpenAI, Copilot, and so on. So you may heard all those terms day to day, but you may want to know more. This is where you can sit tight and join my sessions. Okay. So yeah. So as we know that GenAI is used for generating context, images, audio, and videos, and even also generate program codes. Okay. So it's very useful. Like example, we are in institutions. It's very good for like our students to generate, like example, program codes. They can also like draft out some kind of like assessments, and they can also, students can also like use GenAI to further deepen their knowledge. Okay, so we have a lot of use cases I may share along the way for our schools. Okay, for our staff, for SP staff example, we use GenAI for like example, okay, drafting our lesson contents. Sometimes like there are some new areas that we need to like explore. Okay, GenAI really help us to quickly search, okay, and get the results in the easy and fast way. But of course, usually what we do is that you have to validate the outputs come from the AI, right? Okay, so yeah, let's move on. So let's go on to some key concepts of GenAI. So when we say GenAI, so we have to know about some language models. Okay, language models, or we call it foundation models, are the engines that running behind the GenAI applications. Example, Gemini is GenAI applications. ChatGPT is GenAI applications. Copilots and Cloud and Auto, those are also GenAI applications. Yeah. So, but what are the engines that are running behind? Those are the models. Okay. So later we talk about GenAI models. Prompting. Today, a lot of our jobs, tasks, workload can be reduced, or we can solve certain issues, certain findings can be streamlined, can be optimized using prompting. So in the past, what we compare against is called Google search, okay, or Yahoo search. So we do search, we need to look for like a particular topics, a particular area, or particular search result. It must be matched to get the result. But prompting makes us, like example, with our promptings, we can solve certain, like example, not only search the data and information, we can also maybe generate some contents through the prompting technique. Okay, so prompting is today very common techniques to allow us to like get the results what we want. Of course, it's not easy, but yeah, we can improve along the way when we do prompting. Okay, so next, pre-trained models. Today, many of us are using pre-trained models. Example, those are a fan of OpenAI. We use GPT 3.5. GPT-4, GPT-4 Turbo, and so on. Those are the pre-trained models, and there are some specific platforms that they allow us to like to fine-tune the models, to customize the way we or the customer want to hear or user want to hear. So we can fine-tune those models. So those models that allow us to do the tuning, we call it tune models, and those are pre-trained models that just give you a ready tailored package. This is pre-trained models. So yeah, good to know these two types of models. OpenAI does allow models to do tuning through their API access. You can try it if you're technical persons. It's quite interesting. So through tuning of the model, the AI will provide answers in the domain that you're looking towards. Yeah. Okay, LLM, that language model I mentioned, they are the specific class of foundation models that handle textual contents. So LLMs, as the name says, language models, they handle textual context. Okay, so where is our generative AI sit in the AI ecosystem today? As you see, there are small little circles inside the AI. We call it GenAI over here. So GenAI is today sit inside the AI, machine learning and deep learning structures, and it contains a complex informations with trained data sets and trained informations that allow user to query, reply the results. Okay, so basically GenAI is like subset of deep learning, which sit under deep learning, that generate contents, text, images, codes based on the provided inputs. We call it promptings. They are trained on the large data sets, and these models can detect patterns, data patterns, create outputs with explicit instructions using mixed or supervised, unsupervised learning. Yep. So today GenAI is way high advanced than our deep learning that we used to know. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's talk about large language models. Remember, we discussed on the large language model, which can generate the language textual context. Yeah. So they are the type of the AI program that can recognize and generate text, among other tasks. Okay. LLM can be trained to do a number of tasks. Okay, like example, writing a story or drafting email, summarizing some, like example, some conversations. Yeah, and also LLM can also can generate like create poems, maybe some program codes. Yeah, so there are many other things that we can work, or we can let LLM to create some creative contents. It depends on our prompts. So our promptings are very important. Have to produce the right prompts with right details. So LLM have large number of learnable parameters. So today our GPT models or LLM models are trained with large amount of data. Like example, data can be from the dictionaries, it can be from the web links, can be from web data, or can be from some data repository. So they are being trained with that. So they have a lot of knowledge in the language model. Okay, so one of the most well-known user is their applications. Like example, when giving a prompt or ask the questions, they can produce a text in reply. So this is a role of LLM. Okay, so there are some publicly available LLM what we are using today is called ChatGPT, and today also quite popular platform called DeepSeek. So yeah, there are quite a number of platforms that you can tap on, and I won't say which platform is the best, but it depends on how you feel the contents that is generated. So you can tap on the contents that you feel more comfortable. Yeah, so today AI with our ChatGPT, our people like to go with writing essay for students, maybe poems and other textual forms in response to their inputs. Okay, so maybe there are thousands of or more than that for language models. Maybe I just bring to you this NVIDIA model called Megatrons. So this particular models is being used by NVIDIA. I hope those are gamers or those are in the game entertainment industry, you know what is NVIDIA. Those who are looking towards like AI productions, NVIDIA is well known for that. Okay, so for them, they come out with their own language model, and then they say that okay, their model is trained with 530 billions of parameters. That means quite huge, meaning it's not just a text. It contains the phrases, paraphrases, okay, lots and lots of dictionaries, lots and lots of like other research stuff and books, etc. Okay, there are huge domains big inside this language model, and it contains 270 billions of tokens. Yeah. So tokens part later on I will share to you what I mean by tokens. Yeah. For tokens, like the lesser the better, because it's a processing point of view. Okay. So yeah. So they have come up with very good model with huge amount of data set for parameters, but they consume less tokens in the data trainings. For OpenAI, on the other hand, it trained, yes, is 175 billions of parameters or data sets, yeah, and it has tokens of 499 billions, almost half a trillion of data sets in the data trainings. All right, so today our ChatGPT 3 is trained on 45 terabytes of text data. Imagine how much is 45 terabytes. Yeah. Okay. Of course, LLMs are very useful, very versatile, flexible in replying our queries, right? And of course, please take note, there are a few limitations with our language models, which can be a biasing. So biasing is something like, okay, language model may be tuned or trained towards particular domains. Maybe the domains in pharmaceutical or medicines, or it could be in education or manufacturing, example. So depends on how the model is being trained, or where the model is being trained, and who the model is trained. The model likely to be biased towards a particular domains area. So you have to aware that. So today, example, ChatGPT may be trained towards, like example, particular or specific resources. You have to be aware that. Or DeepSeek may be trained or do well in particular because they are being trained towards that area. Okay. Or some models are good at translation. Example, Google Gemini. Some will be good at social contents or marketing contents. Example, if we go for like Facebook Llama, example, that will be better. Llama models are good for the social marketing data sets. Okay, how about business data sets? There's a model from IBM called Granite. So there are many language models. Okay, and there are also many like enterprise grades. There are also some free and open source language models are available. Okay, you can search through internet, or even can use ChatGPT to ask, hey, what are the language models that are available today? What are the popular ones, and so on. Okay, and also take note that our language model today are very well trained in what I've known of. They sometimes filter out certain like vulgarities, some like vulgar languages and so on. Maybe some kind of like information that leads to like example to the adverse conditions and so on. Okay, I think they are being filtered on that. So be aware that okay, sometimes you want to use some language model that you get from open source data. Open source, please take note. Make sure that your language model is legit and not trained on those like example those vulgarities, those toxic languages, etc. Okay, please. So please be careful if you're using those open source type. Okay, let's move on to hallucinations. So hallucination is something like when you ask the LLM or AI, sometimes AI could be very nice to you and they want to reply to you something, yet they try to create something which are not being trained, but yet they try to reply to you with some output. But some LLMs are very strict. If they're not very sure at certain degrees of accuracy, they will not respond to your output. They will just say that, hey, I can't find this content. But some LLMs, we may not know it. We don't know how they are being trained. They might sometimes come out with some false informations, or we call it hallucinations. All right. So be careful with that. If you're in doubts with AI reply responses, just make sure to check with the others platforms or other sources. Yeah. So it's always good to ask AI for the references. Okay. Okay. Next, and contextual windows. Certain AI's language models, they are trained in, like example, like entertainment, or some may be trained in finance, some may be trained in the manufacturing, some may be trained in educations, and so on. And they could be good, they will be outperformed or better perform in those areas that they train, and they may be not able to perform well in the area that they are not trained. Okay, so also take note that what the GPTs are trained for. GPT means generative pre-trained, okay, where they are trained at, and who is training the language model. Cost. Okay, so the cost will vary based on language models. It depends on the service providers like OpenAI, Microsoft, AWS, Facebook, and there are many more like DeepSeek today. Okay, so the price may be different based on the model that you choose. Certain models they might charge premium, certain model they charge lesser. Okay, and based on the processing power that required, right? Because some models they are very huge, so that they have to be run by the powerful servers through their data centers. Okay, so they have to run 24/7 to give your queries. So sometimes they may be charged high. So please take note. So environmental impact. So LLMs, yeah, they use hundreds of servers I mentioned earlier. They might consume the enormous amounts of energy. So today there will be some challenges for data center provider to minimize the energy usage and how to like provide the enough power that needed for GenAI, but yet also to like lower the energy usage. Yeah, today there are many environmental like example considerations, like example like bringing down the heat dissipation. By how do they do that? They might, some companies they are trying out putting their servers into the underwater. Some may be using water cool, yeah, instead of air cooling. So yeah, there are many companies that are looking into some cooling solutions to reduce heat and also to increase the efficiencies. And today also you notice that language models are getting more and more powerful, yet they consume less resources. So this is also the competitions among the GenAI service providers. Yeah. Okay, so let's move into the common LLMs and platforms. So today, generally, what we are aware of is just like OpenAI that provide ChatGPT. Okay, today, Gemini from Google, Llama LMA from the Facebook. Mistral is a open source language models. Okay, and Cloud, IBM's, Granite, and Falcons. Those are our commonly known language models. So IBM from you, if you're not from industry or you're not from business, well, you may not know IBM. So IBM is quite well reputable language models used by like banks and some big enterprises. So today, how the API world works is that you don't need to like deploy these GenAI programs or servers in your on-prems because they need a lot of compute power and resources. So what normally those GenAI company offer is that they offer you a API call access through the web interface. Okay, so you can tap using API to call from your program or from your web applications, etc. And then you call ready, and then you just send your prompts, and they reply you back with the response. Okay, from their language models. Okay, there are certain organizations that I noticed that they do not able to connect. They can't able to connect to internet. So how? Because as I said earlier, there are some models that I mentioned in the green circle is that they require API access. Hence, you need to use internet. But certain organizations with high security measures and they need to have air gap between internet and their applications. So how can we do that? So don't worry. Of course, I mean the one of the way is that run your own language model on your own PCs. Yeah, is it so difficult or so challenging? I would say yes and no. But if you're an IT personnel with some like knowledge domain background in IT, yes, it's doable, manageable. But those who are not IT savvy or not IT personnel, don't worry. You can go to these two programs called GPT for All and NVIDIA Chat RTX. So there are two programs. Okay, one is GPT for All. It uses our normal PC CPU to generate contents. Okay, I have a example demo version I can show you here. Okay, okay. So this is a GPT for All program that I'm running on my own PC. So basically, I can run without internet. Of course, I have to have internet here because of my streaming today. So they give you some requirements, okay, for that. So if you don't have a powerful GPU, if you have an AMD CPU or Intel CPU, it's more than enough. But minimum, I recommend you about 16 GBs of RAM to run properly or run in the smooth manners. Okay, so what you can do with that? Okay, so you can using this GPT for All software is open source, by the way, it's free. You can example, you can link to the local documents. So example, I have MOQ hospitals data sets. Example, so I can link to that. I can point my chatbot, this local chatbot, to that particular folders documents. Okay, so yeah, due to the confidential, I can't show that folder. So I can ask about the some medical stuff. Okay, to these like hospital informations. Example, for me, I can choose different models. Like example, load the Mistral. So Mistral is a language model openly available. So yeah, so now loaded the model, it may take a while. Yeah, upon loaded, I may ask the questions about example, what is the chronic kidney disease, kidney functions that are being added, loaded. Okay, so everything can be run locally. So and point to my local documents. Yeah, for the model point of view, you can like add different models. Example, what I say just now about Llama from Facebook, you can add also, can download and you can load it to the GPT for All. You can even load DeepSeek. So you see, today DeepSeek is quite popular, right? It's licensed under MIT. So yeah, you can get this R1's model, which known to be fast and some say that is even better than GPT. So yeah, so you can download for free. Okay, so you can also link to like Llama, ChatGPT, but ChatGPT you have to provide API key. That is chargeable. So do take note. GPT-4, yeah. Mistral Tiny. Let's say if you're running on the small resources computer, so yeah, and it's paid versions, Mistral Tiny, then you have to key in the API key. It says. So okay. So local documents is already mentioned. Settings is more like you can change the theme of the color themes, language settings, etc. Okay, this is like a very good program. Okay, sorry, I'm not affiliated to this software company. I just shared to you that okay, I use this ChatGPT for some confidential data. I don't want to leak data out to the internet. So this is why I use it for GPT for All. Okay, next one will be the chat with RTX. So this is from the NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA. Okay, so you can download for free, but you need to certify some requirements, system requirement. I'll flash you here first. You need to have, like example, GeForce RTX 3040 series with minimum of 8 GBs of VRAMs. You need a RAM of 16 GBs or greater. Today for GenAI, if you want to run it locally on your PC, I recommend about 32 GBs of RAM. 16 GB can run, but it may slow. Okay, it may slow down the entire systems. Okay, good to have a huge amount of memory. Today, memory prices are getting lower, so it's good to grab one if you have chance. Okay, so this RTX I tried in my experience. It runs quite fast, quite smooth, and I'm running on my PC. Current PC that I'm streaming today is using RTX, so it can run pretty fast, pretty accurate, and even it can also point to the local data sets for custom queries, custom data queries. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next. So if you want to create your own platforms and applications for GenAI chatbot like NVIDIA that you saw, GPT-4 that you saw, you can create your own yourself using different platforms, different programming, and you can link to the GenAI language models. There are plenty of GenAI models. You can link to them through the Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is a place where you can explore the different language models, explore AI applications, explore AI like machine learning programs and so on. So this is a common community, public access. Yep. Okay. Let's move on. So earlier I did mention about using custom data. So today many enterprises and organizations, they want to query their own data set. They may want some time for the public data set, but sometimes they will looking into a custom data set. So for custom data set, okay, they will look at their own information, and then they need to pass this own information to the language model. So the thing is that today our ChatGPT can do that already. Example, if you want to query the custom data, you just upload your documents like PDF, PowerPoint, or maybe like some text file. You can upload, or CSV data or Excel data. You just upload, and they can resequence. They can embed your custom data to their language model. Okay, the thing is that, okay, because your data are uploaded, your language model will detect your informations. Okay, so if you look at the example OpenAI, the terms and conditions of usage, you might notice that, okay, they might collect your informations. So is it safe? I have no answer, but I let you to decide whether it's safe or, okay, so if you feel that your data are confidential, I recommend not to. So that's where earlier I did show you about GPT-4 or NVIDIA RTX. Those are the programs that can run with air gaps between internets. Okay, so yeah, yet now today you want to create use custom data set, and you don't want to share your informations. What you can do is that you can get your own data sets, and then you can embed it. Okay, embed to vectors, vectorize them, we call it, vectorize ready, and then you can allow the LLM to read your vectors. So these vectors are not sequential or not paragraph or not in the original forms. They are being sequenced and they are being rewritten into the integer values, and this value can be sent to the language model, and language model can read those informations, and then it can respond back to the users or what is found. Okay, what data is inside the documents, and then can respond to the user with the custom data. Okay, so of course when you respond to custom data, the data will becomes in the human readable format. But when you push the data to the language model, the data are in the vectors. This process we call it RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. So I will not go into this whole paragraph thingy. Hope that you understand my flow of explanations. Yeah. So with this RAG techniques, we can tap on the custom data sets, yet we can securely send our custom data in the vector forms to the language models. All right. Okay, now next. Sometimes you may feel that, hey, I want to let my language model to respond back to me in the language or style that I prefer, or my enterprise prefer, or my client prefer. So what you can do is that you can go to the language model. There are many GenAI provider. They provide you with this fine-tuning service. So you have to subscribe to the fine-tuning service, and then you select what language model you want, and then you do fine-tuning, adding some of your styles and your patterns, what you want to reply, what type of style you want to reply. Then you can do fine tuning first, and then you add your custom data. So this will give you an example, a very good picture of like, hey, what I should reply to someone and use the style of someone. So you can mimic that using this fine tuning method. Okay, so fine tuning is a bit more advanced and complicated. Maybe I recommend someone with the IT background to go on that. If not, you can go into the RAG. So RAG today, I mean, with OpenAI is still doable. Yeah, it's just only my worry is that, but you shouldn't send those confidential data to that. Okay, fine tuning. Another concern again is that, okay, also some providers will allow you to do fine tunings, but also take note about data confidentialities. All right. So let me jump into the GenAI applications. Earlier speaker also mentioned about the GenAI application in the like banking, finance, okay, even Coca-Cola and so on. Okay, yeah. So to me, in general, for enterprises or businesses, today GenAI can generate images. Like maybe in the past to generate maybe logo or some pictures, you may need to get graphic designers or someone to design for you. But today with GenAI, you can instantly create pictures, like even the videos that you might saw that before. It can even generate videos, and even with better qualities. You notice, or some GenAI can create like upscaling of information, upscalings of images. I do that sometimes. Sometimes my pictures resolution is pretty small. I can enlarge it using GenAI. Okay, image to image translations. Yeah, sometimes like in GenAI, if you have Copilot, you can try upload the image, ask the GenAI what this image is about. Today we can also do video to text, meaning that you allow the AI to go through the videos, and then the AI will come up with the summary of the videos. Sometimes right, you want to watch a video but you have no time. You can upload the video, and then make use of the GenAI. You can let it to transcribe the videos. And there is also got text-to-image translations. Example, DALL-E is provided by the OpenAI. The company called Stable Diffusions is a model that can generate images, okay, based on the prompts that you enter. Okay, so these are some keywords that if you have time, you can go and Google search. Okay, on that, DALL-E is pretty straightforward. You can go to OpenAI. They have lots of guides and references for you to like follow. If you're the full code programmers, you can make use of React.js, JavaScript, or HTML, okay? And you can call to the DALL-E API, and then you can receive a HTTP response, the response of the image. Yeah, pretty cool. You can try it out. Text-to-speech. So there are also like text-to-speech programs available through API. And audio generations, yes, it does. So that means you just key in some data or text, it will generate out some audio generations. Video generations, image and video resolutions, as I mentioned earlier, for resolution enhancement. Synthetic data generations. So example, sometimes I want to create some raw data. Of course, I can use Excel to create, like example, random information, random data in Excel sheets, example. But sometimes I feel like Excel, you need to like format, you need to like key in some data, have to drag and all this. Now with GenAI today, you can ask ChatGPT example to generate some synthetics, some maybe a dummy data. Example, I want to generate some emails, okay, random emails. So they also generate email for us. Sometimes, like example, one good example. Okay, you may have newborn baby. You want to name someone. You don't know how to name it, right? Maybe, or you may not sure, or you want to get some idea. Type ChatGPT, how should I name? Give some names, example, and give some conditions how you should names to your loved one or newly born loved one. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, these are the like GPT usages. Chatbots today, chatbots are very widely used. Okay, BERT used to be called BERT is from Google. Now they call it Gemini. So Google Gemini today is doing very well with our mobile providers. If you heard about today, Samsung S25 Ultra, the kind of phones, yeah, they are tightly integrated with the Geminis. Even today, a lot of Android ecosystems, they tightly connected to the Gemini interface. Today, even do you notice that when you type in your Google search, the first response that came out come from the Gemini. All right, this is what you notice it. Okay, so this illustration, this slides present you that GPT didn't evolve just 2 years back or 3 years ago. So GPT was involved since many years back. Example, GPT version 1 was started 2018. Okay, so when the first GPT is generated, okay, there are some limitations. Like example, I did earlier mention about LLM biases. So there are some, maybe a major flaw that we can't launch it to the mainstream market. Maybe like some test bedding. There may be a high amount of hallucinations in the past for GPT-1, or maybe some limited data query search, data search. Okay, with that, OpenAI has further enhanced it to be GPT-2. So second version was released. Again, it doesn't solve much of the hallucinations and the biases. Okay, so yeah, the technologies evolve. Okay, so and when GPT-3 was launched and made known to publics, okay, on May 28, so and then OpenAI allowed public to access via API. API stands for Applications Programming Interface. So that means it opened out to the public, so public have chance to try the GPT, right? So this becomes like reaching out to the mainstreams and developers. So developer today can start to integrate their applications programs with the GPT-3, and then they start to see that the potentials of our GenAI models. Yeah, but in 2022, ChatGPT was announced as an applications, and then it made known to the mainstream markets users, okay, or non-ID users. So people start to use it, people started to see the potential of ChatGPT, and so on. Yeah. So due to some limitation with the ChatGPT example, maybe the amount of data that being used, the amount of like example for free users, certain times, right, is when the ChatGPT came out, I noticed something. Certain period of time, you can't access it. You can't even log in to access. You need to log in using Google or some account. You must create account for that. Of course, for the paid users, you have some kind of like VIP treatment, so you can access anytime. So along the way, it has improved the GPT. So there's some issue for ChatGPT 3 is that 3 or 3.5 is that, okay, a bit slow, okay, and then the context is not that recent, and no citation. For those ChatGPT 3 user, those old version, right, you may notice that ChatGPT can't produce a reference notes, but it was improved. It was added on the GPT-4, 4 Turbo, 4 Mini, 4 Omni. So there are many forms available. So to improve the some flaws from the GPT-3. Okay, so GPT-4 today is quite well known, and they're pretty good. And of course, I mean the costing wise is slightly higher compared to GPT-3. Okay, so how ChatGPT works for us is that it answers questions. So based on your prompts that you type, then GPT will give you the knowledge answers, and based upon like you want products or services, or you want to, like example, ChatGPT to like generate some like holiday itineraries, you can do so. Okay, next, generating text. So ChatGPT can create, like example, for me, I like to use ChatGPT for like correcting grammars, or correcting my sentences, correcting my phrases. All right. So example, sometimes you got news and weathers. You may also ask ChatGPT. Okay, some ChatGPT can come out with the live information. Like example, Google Gemini is good for live information. Okay, yeah. Some LLM may be limited to the certain period of time, but certain LLM can get live information. So yeah, and then ChatGPT can sometimes provide recommendations. You can check it out for recommendation. You can, but you don't like 100% go into that recommendation. You have to do your own search, and you have to use your own gut feeling to gauge whether it's good to go or not. Okay, can't just blindly take the ChatGPT response or recommendations. So do take notes. Of course, when we're in the doubts, don't know what to purchase, you need some suggestions or idea. ChatGPT is your best companion. Translation. Today, many customers, many clients, many users may use ChatGPT as a translating tools. Example, if someone go for overseas, okay, so you may need to have a language translators. In the past, we use Google Translates. Okay, there is nothing wrong with Google Translates. Okay, so let's compare against Google Translates and the GenAI translation. What could be the difference? For Google Translates, you notice that whenever you type your information, it will come out the same. But for GenAI, when you type the prompts, the response will change every time when you enter or when you ask for it. All right. So yeah, of course, I mean there's chance of similarities. but GenAI will generate different sentences. This is what we notice it. And then for GenAI translations, I feel it's a bit natural. Okay, the tone is a bit good towards a human nature. Not like for translators apps, those like they are more like hard coded. It's a condition based. Okay, so yeah, at the end, I let you to decide which is a better platforms. For me, I like to have GenAI translations, which is more natural and better in human manner. Okay, summarization. Today, ChatGPT is very good at summarizing long text, some articles that you have no time to read, or reports that you have no time to research on, or if you want them to make it shorter formats or more concise summaries, you can ask for it, but your prompt must type properly. Maybe if you want to summarize, type summarize for me this. That will give you a summarizations. Yeah, sometimes we use summarization. For example, today our Copilot, okay, with Microsoft Office 365, they integrated, it can summarize the emails threads. Sometimes you have like tens or 20s of emails that bouncing, and then if you have no time to read everything, you can just click on the Copilot summary, and then you can summarize all the users or those responders' emails. Sentiment analysis. If you want to try out example, you have some customer feedback that you want to know, or customer reviews that you want to like check it out whether they are positive or negative. You can throw in those reviews to the ChatGPT, and you can ask GPT for the sentiments. Okay, are they good feedbacks or no good feedbacks? Okay. Okay, there are some ChatGPT alternative. So now my question is, should I go for it? Okay, yeah, everybody has their own preference. Some may like DeepSeek, some may like Gemini, some may like OpenAI, and so on, or some may like Copilot. So to me, when you look for the ChatGPT alternative, you should look into example pricing, availabilities, user interface, security, very important, and then the context, hallucinations, and biases. All this you must look into that. Okay, don't just type like example, DeepSeek make me like a better outcome. Yes, go for it, but also take note, you have to check against the pricing, availability, whether the DeepSeek will collect my data, or you have to look into that. Okay, so there are many factors. Of course, like if you're the happy user, go for it now. Just try it out. Okay, if you're not happy, you can go to another platforms. You can try this out. Okay. Okay, ChatGPT use cases, there are plenty. As I mentioned also, sometimes if for students, right, they have some mathematics problems that they want to solve. Yeah, they can just type the prompts and they can ask the GPT to like come up with the answer, and even with explanation can be done. All right. Okay, next, writing a resuming cover letter. Normally our students like to use this to write a resuming CV and so on. Of course, we tell them sometimes GPT may not know what you are good at. Please provide some pointers to the language model, so it will come up with some good resuming cover letter for them. A chat companion, what we use day to day. Writing essays, yes we do. And if you have no idea what to start your relationship, maybe you can ask ChatGPT, hey, how should I start to get a new girlfriends, or maybe new partners or new friends? Maybe ask ChatGPT. Of course, again, don't take wholesales. Okay, and go and do some research on that. Can't take everything for granted. Okay, explain complex topics. Yeah, sometimes you have some articles or reports that can't really understand. Maybe just throw in this content and ask GPT for simpler explanation. Travel planner is my favorites. Yeah, and of course, if you're a musician, if you're in the music entertainment industry, you can ask GPT to write musics or some like hits tunes. Okay. Okay, let's move on to GPT 3.5 and 4. Earlier I mentioned GPT 3.5 come as free, and today, as of today, also free as well. So, okay, of course, there's some limitations like the data's context is only trained up to September 2021, and some accuracy on queries. Sometimes it will come out hallucination. Sometimes GPT 3.5 will come out with some funny text. Okay, funny like example characters. Text characters. Okay, when it comes to GPT 4.0, it's getting better in terms of speed, lesser hallucinations, and it trained up to October 2023. So it's getting more and more recent. All right, and can provide the references for the context. Okay, next, when we talk about choosing the language model, so to my today presentations, I'll just focus on the OpenAI. Of course, different service provider like AWS, they have the different models, and they have charges differently. Okay, to me, it's just OpenAI is my ideal case, so that if I move to the next language model, at least I got idea how much is the current model pricing. Yeah, so that I can see whether they are pricey or less pricey, and also I'll compare against the accuracy of the responses. So as you see, in the past we have GPT 3.5. Okay, this data from OpenAI, by the way. So it used about $0.5 per 1 million tokens for inputs that you enter for your prompts. So that means that if you enter more prompts, of course, there will be more tokens being used, and there will be more charges for the input. For the response, it also counted as a price also. They will charge you 1 million tokens for 1.5. So for GPT 2.5 instructs, okay, it's slightly higher price for the input tokens and slightly higher for the output tokens. Yeah. Okay, next, let's move on to the GPT-4. So again, as I mentioned, GPT 2.5 is known to be a bit slow. Yeah, slow in the response. So it came out with GPT-4 Turbo, the name called Turbo, right? And yet, AS Turbo means you have to use a lot of compute power resources, right? So also they charge you like how much? Charge you about 20 times of the GPT 3.5 for 1 million tokens. And how much times? Well, a lot, $30 per 1 million tokens for the output. Because the speed matters, of course they charge higher. So based on the user feedback that GPT-4 Turbo is too expensive, and yes, fast, but it's too expensive, not feasible. Yeah, so they come out with GPT-4 OO. O is like the pricing wise slightly lower. $10 become $5, half price. 30 becomes 15, half price. Yet Omni can handle today with like audio, images, and text. O is stand for Omni. Okay, so these are the pricing model. Now the question is that 1 million means how much data? Means 1 million. So, and based on tokens, what is token? Maybe some of you non-IT personnel, you may say, hey, how do you count the tokens? So today our GPT, how they charge is based on the tokens, and tokenizers are the programs that are used behind to interpret your text data into a tokens. Example, if you got QR code, if you got a QR reader, you can scan my QR code. Don't worry, it's pretty safe. If you're scared, then you can also type the platforms or openai.com/tokenizer. You can go to this exercise, okay, and then when you go to that web link, they will be come up with this screen, this right hand side, the screen with the text box, and then you can also choose for different language model. Okay, at the point of time, I can see 3 and 3.5. Today, 3 may be disappearing. Okay, so today we have 3.5 and 4 example. So now I type Joe Yang as a text data, and then the tokenizer backend will translate for me with tokens. Okay, example, how they segmentize the tokens, right? It doesn't, okay, there are some language model, they use character by characters tokenizations. Some they use a group of characters. Example, for my case, I is use 1 token. You can see the color code. M is 1 tokens. Joe is 1 token. Young is 1 tokens, and even full stop is 1 tokens. Okay, so my advice to you is that don't put so many dots. Because dot itself is 1 tokens, right? So all these contribute to the tokens. So the longer you type, of course, the more the token is. Okay, so you see, the GPT 3.5 and 4, we have 14 characters and 5 tokens. Okay, so if a model can reduce the token size, to me, it's considered to be a best model. So yeah. So you can try your own. If you've got this QR code, you can go there. You can type the web link over here. You can try to type out a different text, different paragraph. You can even copy paste, and you can check for the tokens. Okay, to me, like to hit 1 million of tokens, maybe one school textbook for one particular module, maybe like 1 million. So far, I'm thinking of. Okay, maybe a book with maybe 1,000 pages. It could be a 1 million of tokens. Yeah. Okay. So token doesn't mean characters. Sometimes you may think, hey, I got 1,000 character, 1,000 tokens. No, tokens are pretty less. So don't scare about the charges. And charges are not that rocket high also. To my experience, I use ChatGPT with the tokenizations and API access a lot. So maybe my charges will be about monthly, be less than $10 of charges for usage of the OpenAI API. So I'll show you what are my applications that I use it for. Okay, next. I would like to introduce you the platforms that you can build your own AI chatbot, okay, using the Llama or AWS provided language model. Okay, maybe I didn't prepare for the manual or steps, but it's very straightforward. I'll just show a quick demo on how you can make use of this platform called Party Rock from AWS to generate a chatbot your own. Okay, yeah. Because is it ChatGPT? Yes, you can build something similar to ChatGPT using your own, and you can also use it for your own personal use, or you can share to someone. Yeah, let's take a look. So the website is called partyrock.aws. HTTP. Okay. Partyrock.aws. So it's running on the AWS platforms. So okay, yeah. So it also uses AWS language models. So okay, to use that, okay, you just go to the login page here. So to me, I use sign in with Google. Okay, so sign in with Google. I click on Google. So yeah, so to me, I already signed in. So my account is AskWatcher. So yeah, so they ask me, what should I do today? I want to do what? Content writings or what? Career development, workstation, art and design, learning, and educations. So again, follow the guides, prompts guides to do the promptings and using their language model. But today my demonstration is to show you how you can create your own chatbot application using PartyRock. To start, click on the generic apps. Click to here, and now you have to describe what you want to build. Say, I want to build an application. Okay, build wrong spelling. Application to tell me how to find good food in Singapore with image. Okay, so I provide some prompts. Okay, may not be detailed, but I just throw it out what I want to build. I want to build finding food apps in Singapore, and I also want to see the food, because maybe treat me as like foreigners. I come to Singapore, I want to know what are the Singapore good foods, favorite foods, nice foods, etc. Okay, click generate after you have prompted. Okay, now next they ask me to choose whether you're human or not. Okay, choose the all bags. Hope I choose correctly, all the bags, and then click OK. So it may take a while because it sends my prompts that I key in here. I want to build something, send to the back end. Yeah, so to backend is the AWS language model. Yeah, so they are now generating. They are now taking my words and they now tokenizing it and send to the language model. So they thought that I should have a few of these features. Example now, and now even they give me a name of the apps called Savory Singapore. Wow, damn cool. I don't even have to choose the app name, and followed by they even give me an apps descriptions. Welcome to Singapore food guides, blah blah blah. This tool will help you, blah blah blah. Food type. So what kind of food are you looking for? I want to look for, example, sweet, meaty, and with soup. Okay, so just type. Okay, so budget. Okay, yeah, very good budget. Okay, maybe $10 for the budget. Where in Singapore are you? Is it Orchard? I put Orchard. Okay, Orchard $10. I'm not sure can give me $10 or not. Okay, I put Orchard first. So now just click on the generate button. They will take all my prompts, or the application will take all my prompts. Then they will throw to the generators. Oh my goodness, tell me what you tell about it. Okay, so they say they can go to the Nam Kee Pao location in Far East Plaza. Maybe they provide with Pao lah, because of my budget is $10. Say the bowl costs for $7.50, blah blah blah. Even they give me the time. Even they give me, you remember I want meaty, right? I want meaty, I want soup, and what else? I want to have a sweet. So everything. So I don't see any chili here. Okay, so you can provide me some food that I can make a guess. But of course, I mean, this AI generated. I probably can't find in the orchard. If I find it, I'll be so lucky. Yeah. So yeah, so even give you, I'm your Singapore food guide, blah blah blah. I can answer specific. Okay, this is like auto generated by the AI for you. Okay, so this is like ready-made program. If you want to share to your loved one, you can share to someone through share link, and you can share to the public so that everyone can impress of your applications. All right. Can I edit my program? Yes, you can. There's an edit button here. You can edit the layouts where you want to position your windows and stuff. Okay, and you can also change the app titles, app descriptions, etc. Blah blah blah. So done. You can also add widgets. Like example, you can add for the slider, file uploads for the custom data, text, image, chat box yourself, etc. So it's very flexible. You can build a lot of things on top of this, and no credit card required, okay, to register for it. So it's good platform to play around. Okay, if you finish, you can leave the edit, and you can share to someone. Okay, share will be here. I leave edit, share someone. Okay, it will be auto save, so don't worry. So it will save your information like this. It will auto save. Yeah, the auto save under here. You can click back, go back to your applications. All right. So this is one of the chatbot GenAI applications. Okay, cool, right? Okay, next, maybe I will end off with the last slide, which I want to demonstrate about the apps that our school have created called Ask Watcher. This is a GenAI chatbot that allows the students to ask questions in the absence of the teachers, and this allows the student to like query about lesson topics, lesson material, and you can even generate example validation through this chatbot. Okay, so why is this so special and why is this different from our traditional ChatGPT, right? Of course, I mean, this chatbot apps is running on the Power Apps applications, and backend engine is using OpenAI GPT language model. Okay, we use API call to access. Remember the API call that I mentioned? We use pay-per-use. That means when students enter the inputs, there are some charges. When the response comes, there are some charges. So this is how we link to the OpenAI. So we use pay-per-use method. Okay, so this app has been like launched to the to selected modules and classes, and then we do receive quite good feedbacks due to the some like easy to use, flexible user interface, UX, and all this. Okay, so let me go through to you this application so that you get idea. You can build one for your own enterprise or your business. Okay, because for us is we are the institution, so our target is students and teachers. Okay, for the teachers also, right, we have this feature called exit poll. Exit poll means like a feedback from student. So every end of the lessons, student go into this feedback poll, and then student will enter the what they like about the modules, what they want to feedback on, and yeah, and so teacher will get the feedbacks instantly from the students, and then we use the AI to do a poll analysis. Just click on the one click poll AI analysis. One click on this, teachers no need to read every single student's feedback. This AI can allow us to summarize all the student feedback and then pass the data in one shot to the teachers. So teacher point of view also, it will be quite efficient, quite fast to review all the student feedbacks. All right, so I have shown you the demonstration here. Okay, I just loaded a prepared. Okay, so basically these apps allow the student and teachers to choose which school they are from, and then which module they want to choose. So to us, we loaded a few modules here. So there's also got some app guides and for how to use the application. Okay, some video guides, and then let's go. After you selected the modules, so I selected the anatomy and physiology module. Anyway, it's not my area. Just pick one of the modules. So I go for the Ask What chatbot, and then first thing I need to select the chapter. Okay, this chapter is provided by the teachers. So I will choose chapter 1, digestive system. Okay, next. Okay, now I'm not biomedical science, so I don't know what to ask, right? Don't worry, our chatbot has built-in suggested question features. Click on that, and then you choose the topics that you want to get the suggested tutor prompt. And now I choose digestive systems, and then there are some curated prompts by teachers, and this will be later copied to the chatbot. Now I want to ask about what are the parts of more interesting. So now I click on the get answer. Then I can ask the query from my notes. Remember, I use a technique called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generative. RAG technique to ask the ask notes they will get from the custom data set. If I want to know more, deeper research, I can go for Ask GPT. Okay, let's look at the Ask Note first. Click the Ask Notes. So the query will come from the Ask Notes features. The query will even tell you from which chapters, like chapter 1 lecture notes example. Alright, so they give you about the more interesting, but if you're the biomedical science teachers or students or from your domain, you know what it means. Okay, get answer. If I ask from ChatGPT, it will give you the ChatGPT versions. So that student will get two flavor. One is from the own notes, and the other one is from the public ChatGPT. Okay, and you notice that our chats are being saved so that we don't want students to misuse the systems. As you know that every prompt eat up certain amounts of the costing, right? So next, we have this 3-to-1 exit poll analysis where students will enter the polling information or survey information. Once students enter, teachers go to the 3-to-1 exit poll analysis. So we use a one-click AI analysis tool. Of course, you must choose which week, which classes, which module, and then with just one click, you can analyze the AI information. Okay, if you had previously saved history, you can go to history, you can search the history. Yeah, to me, I think I have no history that I saved so far, so I have nil. Yeah, okay, this chatbot, we use it for teaching and learning for students and staff. Of course, this can be also applied to the industries. We also talk to industry that hey, can you do it for your own, companies, your client? Yeah, they're quite excited. There are a few companies come to us, look for can you do it for my company? Because my company got some knowledge repository, knowledge sources, or product source. I want my customers to search through your app. Is it possible? Yes, there are many possibilities we can create together. If you're the industry, if you're keen, interested, come and look for us, and then we can talk about the collaborations or some kind of student internship. Okay, so for engagement, collaboration, and training, I would like to pass this topic to my next colleague, Mr. Roger, okay, to share with you more on the digital skills training packages for your organizations. Let me invite Mr. Rogers to the webinar.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much. Okay, very good afternoon, everyone. I'm Roger Chun-Yer, a senior specialist in the Directorate of Business with the School of Electrical and Electronic Engineering. I think you have excited to hear a lot from Joe sharing on the topic of generative AI transformation for business. So in this session, and Mr. Joe, I will cover on the digital skill training package with our school. Now, to begin, let's take a look at the challenges and opportunity for industry in Singapore. As we know, Singapore faces a complex landscape of challenges and opportunity as it strives to establish itself as a global business hub, particularly for a small medium-sized enterprise. As shown in the articles, some of the challenges are 1. High operation costs. Rising costs in wages, utility, real estate, and logistics present significant barrier for SME, despite government investment in digital transformation. High business expenses can erode the benefit of adopting new technology unless effectively managed. 2. Manpower shortage and talent gaps. Talent shortage in high-demand sectors like technologies and advanced manufacturing, exacerbated by an aging population, intensified competition for skilled labor. While there is some reliance on foreign workers, the focus is on addressing this gap through local talent development. 3. Digital transformation complexity. SME faces difficulty implementing digital strategy due to the complexity and cost involved. Additionally, the increasing need for robust cybersecurity is challenging for SME that often lack the expertise and resources to secure their system. 4. Global economy uncertainty. Singapore trade-dependent economy is vulnerable to global geopolitical tension, supply chain disruption, and economy slowdown, which can impact profitability and investment plan. So what are the opportunities? As the saying goes, there are opportunity in every challenges. This is a lesson I've learned from several entrepreneurs. Despite these challenges, Singapore SME has significant opportunity fueled by government support, technological advancement, and access to global market. 1. Government support. Programs like the SME Go Digital program help business transition to digital solution. The Smart Nation initiative also pushes for innovation, offering SME opportunity in fintech, AI, e-commerce, and digital health sectors. 2. Technological advancement, innovation in AI, automation, and sustainability present key opportunity for SME to enhance operational efficiency, reduce costs, and align with environmental goals, manufacturing and construction sectors. In particular, embrace sustainable practice, opening door for innovation. 3. Global market access. Singapore strategic location and robust trade infrastructure enable SME and operate to access regional and global market. Free trade agreement further enhance this potential, providing SME with expansive platform to grow. To summarize, to success in today's competitive environment, Singapore SME needs to address key challenges such as high operation costs, talent shortage, and the complexity of digital transformation. To overcome this hurdle, SME can invest in upskilling their workforce, particularly in critical areas like data science, cybersecurity, and AI. With strong government support and strategic technological investment, SME can boost productivity, enhance competitiveness, and position themselves for growth and global expansion in the future growth. So, how can we work with you? SP, as an institutional, is part of the Skill Future Singapore, in short, SSG ecosystem. SSG Skill Future Singapore identified 4 pillars as shown in the slide for today's Singapore economy, namely digital economy, green economy, care economy, and Industry 4.0. For today's webinar session, we have gone through generative AI, which could help you to link to these 4 pillars. So, to support SME and corporate to solve today's labor shortage issue and to keep up to date to this today technology and trend, our school can provide 1. Understand your training need. Bring learning to your workplace. We can look at help you to tap on the training grant and subsidies. And the most important, right, is to build your talent pipeline for your success of your companies. Here are some training programs that we could support you. For example, Package A, Basic Skill Training, 3 days plus e-learning. Topic include Intro to GenAI and specific domain that I will show you in the following slide. We also can provide intermediate skill training, 3 days plus e-learning for Package B. For Package C, we could conduct skill training plus CCP 3 months. CCP stands for Skill Future Career Conversion Program, which is an initiative by the Workforce Singapore (WSG), designed to assist mid-career individuals in transitional to new job role or sectors with promising long-term prospects. The program offers industry-recognized training and financial support to facilitate a career change. For Package D, mentorship support grant, MSG, skill lead to skill training, which up to about 6-month training. For Package D, include project development and provide skill training, TNA, which is training needs analysis that we will conduct with you. For Package D, it will include CCP training. Of all the above, however, we can customize to your program according to your training needs. As mentioned earlier just now, for the skill domain, this slide shows you some of the short courses for the skill domain area in 5G and transport, 5G, land and transport, info communication and others, power, electrical, electronic, and sustainability, robotic and industry automation, and aerospace, we could include in the package. Okay, we have come to the end of today's sharing. Thanks all my colleagues for working together on this so-called sharing on the AI-driven productivity harness GenAI for competitiveness and sustainable advantage. If you wish to seek more information, you can approach our handsome colleague, Mr. Joe Yang, for more information. So finally, thank you for your time. See you again.